common, but it is something that people don't associate with spine or posture, or rather spinal pain and posture. So, how can executive moms identify and manage flat feet, that is, pronated feet, for a better posture and pain relief? Now, this is a topic that many people, as I said, do not associate with spinal pain, because you think the feet are down there, the spine is up here. How are these two related? So let's talk more about it in this video. Now, as an executive mom, when you're balancing your work, your family life, and a million other tasks, really, your feet can take a beating. Now, whether it is standing for long hours, or if you are, say, in a social gathering and it's a stand up dinner, or whether you are walking with your children or chasing after them in playgrounds, rushing between activities, or just managing your chores at home, your feet can be under constant stress. But did you know that your flat feet or your lack of a proper arch in your feet can actually contribute to not just that foot and ankle, rather the feet pain and leg pain, but it can also lead to issues up in the chain, like in your knees, hip, and pelvis and lower back, etc. Now, let's discover more in today's video and about how this happened and really what can you do about it, because just knowing the problem is not enough. You should know how to manage it as well. Now, for those of you who don't know me, my name is Swati. I'm an executive mom power coach. I help moms of younger kids who work in high stress executive jobs to manage their spinal, that is back and neck, and nerve pain despite low energy levels and lack of focus or brain fog. Now, I do so by giving you simple exercises, some easy lifestyle modifications, some tips and tricks that have helped me in my own pain and adrenal fatigue journey. Now, adrenal fatigue is a very large term. I mean, it's a very wide term. It has a lot of symptoms, but the ones that I mainly talk about are lack of focus, that is brain fog, or even called mommy brain sometimes, and a lack of focus and lack of energy or low energy levels. Now, because these are the two main ones that I had. Now, let's get into the topic for today without taking away more of your time, because hey, we are moms, we are busy people. So let's talk about how executive moms can identify and manage flat or pronated feet for better posture and pain relief. Now, flat feet are also called pronated feet, and if you look at your feet, you have this arch on your foot that, if it is minimally or completely absent, I mean, if it is, sorry, minimally developed or completely absent, that is known as a flat foot. Now, when you stand and you notice that your feet are absolutely flat against the floor, there is no visible arches on the inner side of your feet, you may have flat feet. Now, while it's normal for babies and I mean, babies are born with flat feet. It's just the way they are positioned. But as they grow, and arches usually develop by the age of fully developed by the age of 6. However, some adults, even though they have developed that arch in their foot arch in their childhood, some adults can lose their arches due to prolonged standing, obesity, injuries. There are many other factors that can lead to flat feet. But really, why do they matter? Your feet are the foundation of your body. Now, as a mom, you might have seen, or even as a parent, you might have seen a building blocks or a tower of Legos. Now, when your foundation is shaky at the bottom, your whole tower is going to be shaky. It's exactly the same when it comes to your feet and spine. When your arches are missing, or they are not, you don't have that optimal height of the arch of your foot, the weight distribution around your foot gets very uneven. So I'm saying foot because you might be flat or flatter on one foot rather compared to the other foot. So it can vary between your feet in the same person. So yeah, so when these arches are missing, or they are minimally developed, or reduced for some reason, the weight distribution across your foot becomes uneven, and it leads to this domino effect throughout the body. So all that weight distribution that's coming on the foot, it's not proper. So suppose you're standing, because you have flat feet, you're standing more with your weight more inwards towards towards the inner side of your foot, then that will reflect on the way your knee is aligned. That will again go higher up to your hips, to your pelvis, to your lower back. And we also know that spine, if anything is happening in your lumbar spine, it will affect the mid back or thoracic, it'll affect your neck or cervical spine. So it's like a domino effect that just keeps going up and up the chain. Now, flat feet can also lead to quite a few other problems. And of course, the common ones are ankle and feet pain. It alters your walking pattern. It can lead to knee and hip discomfort. It can contribute to lower back pain or mid back pain. It can affect your spinal alignment, basically. Now, how exactly do you know if you have flat feet? I know I said it when you're standing and you feel that the arches are slightly flatter or your foot is completely flat on the floor, then you have flat feet. However, um, I'm just looking at my notes here. So there are some signs which will indicate you have flat feet. Now, if you stand bare feet with your feet shoulder width apart. So for me, my feet this far apart as my shoulders are, and I check the inner edges if they are touching the ground completely. If they are, then you have probably have flat feet. I mean, obviously, your doctor or your healthcare professional can diagnose you if they are completely flat or minimally flat. But this is something you can do at home if you suspect that you have flat feet. If you walk on a wet surface or you have wet feet and then you get to the dry ground, look at your footprint. If the inner border of the foot of that footprint is completely imprinted on the floor, you likely have flat feet. So if you look at babies' footprints, the inner border is intact. So there is a full inner border of that imprint of the foot. But in adults who do have arches, or once the kids grow up and they have the arches, they develop the arches. So if this is your foot and this is say the inner border, so okay, let's just look at it this way because I can't show you my foot on the video. So if this is your foot and this is your arch, you will notice that when you print this on the wet, I mean, you have a wet foot and you print this on the floor, this part and this front part and the back part of the foot is touching, but this arch part is not touching. So you will not have a complete imprint on the floor if you have regular arches or normal foot arches. Now, another thing you can do is have a look at your shoes. So some shoe that you wear on an everyday basis or your home house slippers or house shoes, you can pick it up, have a look. If there's excessive wearing out on the inner side of the sole of your shoe, it can indicate uneven weight distribution, which is obviously caused by the flat foot. There is another condition which is known as supination of the foot, where the outer arch of the foot is more flattened. However, in that case, if you look at your shoe and you feel, oh, my outer part of the shoe is more worn out, or outer part of the sole of the shoe is more worn out, that probably indicates that you have a supinated foot. Just wanted to throw this out there in case you're wondering why the outer edge is more worn out than the inner edge. All right, so while kids are more flexible and they can adapt with proper interventions, orthosis, etc., adult with rigid feet can focus on relieving the symptoms and improving function. Because I mean, depending on why you have the flat foot, you may not be able to. Most adults, you cannot reverse the condition, but you can always work towards, as I said, relieving the pain and improving the function of the foot. So, orthotics is something you can wear. It can be customized or over the counter in soles, or orthotics can provide arch support. So, if you have these, see, if this is normal and your foot is quite flat, so if you have arch support, it sort of pushes the arched part up towards, I mean, it pushes us back into its supposed to be neutral position. You can do some strengthening exercises. You can work on strengthening the smaller muscles of your feet so they can support your foot better, your calf muscle, and you can improve on your balance and posture as well. I'm not going to cover the details of this here, but if you are interested, you can send me a message and I will let you know how you can get through this. I also have a free community in which I do free trainings, and one of the one of the trainings in there talks about this, working on the strengthening of these muscles. There is also a training on the posture and balance. So there are a couple of different trainings that will be very useful for you if you suspect you have flat feet. And oh yeah, another thing I forgot to mention: when you have flat feet, you are more prone to heel spurs and plantar fasciitis. So there's a training separately on simple solutions to manage your heel spur and plantar fasciitis, so you can benefit from that as well. I will do one thing in my I will leave a link to a blog that I have written on the same topic about flat feet and spinal pain. And in that blog, there is you can click on, I mean, you can click, open up that blog, and you will find the link to my free community, and you can join anytime and you can access these trainings anytime. Once you join, you have lifelong access. All right. So in that blog, I also talk about other things that can help you. There are lots of other information about your spinal pain that comes from flat feet, etc. So have a look at that blog. If you're watching me on Instagram, the link is in the bio. If you can't find it, just message me the words flat feet causing spinal pain, and I will send that blog across to you. Alrighty, I hope this was useful. This topic is slightly off what I usually talk about, but because it is related to spinal pain, I thought it would be useful. It might be useful to some of you who have spinal pain but are not sure where it's coming from, or if you have never considered your feet to be a cause of your spinal pain. I think it's a good idea to check them out. Alrighty, if you have any questions, any comments for me, please drop them below the video and I will try my best to answer them for you. Alrighty, I'll see you guys next time. Bye for now.